my name is Catherine Went with Syscon, and thanks for taking a moment of your time. Today I wanted to share with you some privacy threats that were identified by an online article by Inc. in July 2019. These are considered the biggest privacy threats to people who are online, you and me. So the first one is webcam access. So they admit this is rare. It's a little scary, but they're saying they admit it's rare. But basically there are known exploits out there that can take over the camera on your computer and actually follow you around and listen in and watch you. And there are some easy ways to get around that. First of all, many of our computers, especially the laptops, have some built-in shutters. You can just slide them over. If yours doesn't have that, it's easy to get a webcam cover. We actually have them, and they're small and easy to use. The second one they identified was phishing scams, and that's phishing with a PH in front of it. These aren't going to go away anytime soon. These work. That's why they keep doing it. They're phishing to hook you in, to get you to take the bait on something to provide information or access that you shouldn't be providing. So I just mentioned the webcam exploit. That's kind of a phishing scam. What they do is they communicate with you probably in email and say they've been watching you and they've got video footage of you and you should be ashamed of what you're doing, and they click here and pay the ransom kind of a thing. So that is a phishing scam. They're trying to get you to take the bait. Don't click on email messages that are links that are in your email messages. You got to open your email. But those links, you don't know where those go. So be careful. Even somebody you know who's sending it to you could have been compromised, and therefore when you open up, you might be compromised. So be cautious there. Being naive is not a virtue when it comes to the phishing scams. The third one they talked about was the web browser plugins. So a really good example of that is most of our websites have plugins. They're well known. We all use them on our websites. Those plugins then become a point of vulnerability. Hackers can get at the plugins or collect information through the plugins, and we're all using them. So be cautious. Make sure you're keeping those updates on plugins as well as your computer equipment, and that everything is up to date. Some of these plugins even track your history, and it can be sold to advertisers. So make sure you read the small print on any of the plugins you choose to install. Another one that they identified in this article was ad tracking. So web ads and web providers are well known for tracking where you go and what you do and what you buy. So that is another way where they're really following you, and you're at some risk online. And of course, many people use ad blockers, so that's an easy fix there. And the last one in the article was device tracking. So you may have heard a previous video I did where I was rather irritated and shocked that I would come back from the store and my phone would ask me how my experience was. Or I'd come back from a restaurant and they'd ask me to rate the restaurant. They're following me, tracking me around. You think that's kind of odd? Well, what about your GPS? It's got to know where you are in order to give you directions on where to get. All of those things are tracking you. These are all tools that can make your life very enjoyable and comfortable and frankly safe. But make sure you know what you're engaging and turning on, and make sure you know the fine print. So those are the highlights from that article. It's from July 2019 by Inc. Hope those give you some food for thought. Be careful. Have a great rest of your week.